So I, 21F, have been friends with 21M, Mike, fake name, for 16 years. We became friends officially in kindergarten, but our parents were college friends. I honestly can't even call him a best friend. He's like a sibling, and in a way we were raised as siblings. Group family holidays, sleepovers, family vacations on both sides. At one point we even all lived together for a year. I'm saying this because I know some people will ask. No, there's been no crushes or feelings on either side, at all. We haven't kissed, confessed feelings or had crushes. It's been strictly sibling-like, and I'm saying that now because of what Mike's girlfriend has been saying. Me and Mike share an apartment together near campus as we both attend college together. Around 7 months ago, Mike met his girlfriend, 21F April, fake name. Now, I thought we got along okay. I've only met her a couple of times because she has anxiety, but I had no problem at all with her until recently besides some minor things. Sometimes, she would interject when Mike would call me his sister. It wasn't always, but normally like, well, technically you aren't siblings, which is 100% true, but it's how we viewed each other since we were kids. So almost a month ago, my class got cancelled, so I came home early. I walk in and right on the couch is Mike and April having sex. I scream, run to my room and frantically yell at Mike via text. He apologized, said he thought I would be gone longer. I made him clean the couch. All good, right? No, April for some reason got upset, and felt that, her words, I did that on purpose, despite it never happening before, and that it was inappropriate of me to walk in on them. Again, this was in the living room, absolutely disgusting in my opinion, but I moved on. Because it's not a big deal, embarrassing, but nothing crazy. Anyway, Mike has been stressed recently because April had been asking him to distance from me. I thought she was just embarrassed, which I'd understand, so I tried being friendly and apologized. Well, last weekend, Mike sat me down and basically said that I had to move out, because his girlfriend was upset with me living with him. I was floored. I got so upset, I don't think I've yelled and cried that much in my life. The basics is that he doesn't want me to, but he's pressured from his girlfriend and he really loves her, so he wants to make her happy. He thinks that this shouldn't change our friendship and that he's just putting some distance between us. See, if he had asked me to move out, I'd understand. Okay, yeah, maybe you want to take your relationship to the next level, okay. But it was a demand. And not only that, he wanted to put space between our friendship. It was so fucking hurtful. I've known him for 16 years and that's it? I'm gone for someone he's known for 7 months? I said he was choosing a short relationship over his sister, and that I don't want him to contact me if he's going to be like that. He said I was overreacting, but I called my parents and got them to pick me up. Literally, thank God they don't live far away, but like, what if they did? What did he expect me to fucking do? Just sleep outside or something? Anyway, I obviously had to tell my parents what was going on given they had to pick me up and I was an emotional mess. I told them everything, which caused a bit of an argument when they went to pick up some of my things the next day. They called Mike's parents and kind of chewed them out a little, and from my understanding they called Mike and did the same. Mike messaged me to say that he was upset I couldn't be civil and that he feels like I am throwing away a friendship. I blocked him shortly after. I've taken some time off classes, but I'm so fucking hurt and upset. It hurts that he could just throw me away so easily. I don't think I did anything wrong telling my parents, but I think it may have crossed a line when they phoned Mike's parents. Like I said previously, our parents are really close, and it's kind of messed with their friendship now. His parents have been really kind and apologetic, even though it's not their fault, and a part of me feels like I made this into a bigger mess. Sorry if it's a bit chaotic, I'm on phone and still a bit emotional. Also, I know I didn't have to leave. Me and Mike both pay an equal amount of rent for the apartment, but I didn't want to stay in a place that I wasn't wanted. It would have just made it difficult and worst case scenario, he'd leave, which would have put a financial strain on me. Edit, I read you all loud and clear. Thank you for waking my ass up. I've talked to my landlord. She said that she was uncomfortable with April moving in because she doesn't know her. I understood, so I am moving my ass back tomorrow. I unblocked Mike and informed him. I explained that until our landlord says otherwise, I'm staying. Either he can leave and get a new place and keep paying the rent, or we can end our agreement together, and if our landlord agrees they can start one. He replied okay, we can talk about it tomorrow, so, we see. Thank you all so much for getting me up and going. I really had no idea how serious this situation could be until you all let me know how stupid I was being. I don't care if it's uncomfortable, I'm not wasting my money. Comments. Oop replying to a downvoted commenter is she is a prude and may he the hear this is insane to me. Yeah, it was fucking disgusting. I screamed when I saw it because it was gross. Not because they were having sex. I'm 21 years old. It's gross because he's like a brother, fucking on the couch I paid for in front of me. It was nasty to see. I don't care what was going on, take it to the bedroom. And again, they'd been dating for 7 months. This isn't the first time they've fucked, we obviously have a system, one that he didn't abide by. I'm sorry, but acting like I'm weird for being upset that they were fucking in our public space is so weird to me. I sit in that space, I use it too, no reason they couldn't take it to the bedroom. If they can't live with spontaneous sex, then boo fucking who they can move out. Easy and simple solution. I don't understand why I have to be uncomfortable so that they can be happy. I'm sorry, I appreciate all comments made because it gives me a better insight, but this one is so weird to me. I'm a problem because I don't want them fucking on my furniture? Oh, okay. Update 1, July 26, 2024. Thank you all for the amazing advice. I was hesitant to even upload here. But I'm really glad I did. I honestly can't believe how naive I was, and you all probably saved me a lot of trouble. So, on to the update. I came back to the apartment yesterday morning. I let Mike know beforehand and asked if April not be there so we could talk alone. Mike was quite emotional and apologetic, which surprised me a little. I found out a bit more information that makes a bit more sense now. Mike has been under a lot of pressure for a while now to drop me. He thought that me moving out and distancing himself would be enough to appease April while still keeping our friendship. Obviously he didn't expect me to take it the way I did, although what other way would I take it? And he didn't expect me to leave that day. I mean, yeah, he didn't specifically say pack your shit and leave now, but saying you need to leave. And saying that he wanted distance over our 16-year relationship out of nowhere makes me feel like I couldn't have just gone to bed normally, you know? I've read everyone's comments so many times, I've drilled it into my head, so as much as it hurts, I'm keeping my distance from Mike at the moment. The fact that he never once told me about April wanting him to not talk to me, and he didn't even consider my circumstances before asking me to leave, where else could I go? It's not a definite end of our friendship, but I'm not feeling pretty positive. Anyway, he's apologized. He said that he missed me while I was gone and that he knew he fucked up after he told me to leave, but that he just wanted to make April happy since he could see a future with her. April has lost her shit, to put it mildly, and she threw up a storm in the lobby of our apartment last night. Mike refused to let her in, which understandably made her lose her shit even more. Tons of colorful words thrown about on both ends. I'm a homewrecker, a whore, a bitch, which is laughable. Anyway, she's not to be allowed into our apartment now, period, at least until he decides on their relationship. Mike has been pretty upset today. He wants space from April because he said that he wants to end the relationship. Very surprising, but I'm cautiously optimistic, since I'm not sure how willing he'll be. We've had a bit of a heart-to-heart. Regardless of how upset and hurt I am, he's my brother. I'm trying to be a bitch like I wanted to when I moved back in, but it's so fucking hard when he's all mopey and sad. I told him that if he continues seeing her, I'm putting some distance between us respectfully to avoid this happening again. He said he doesn't want that. I talked with my landlord before moving back. She didn't want April moving in as she doesn't know her. She was a bit upset that this situation was happening as she didn't want drama, which I understand. I've moved back and I've discussed the lease with Mike. We renew in September, or that was the plan, so now we're deciding on how to go ahead. I feel like it'll be best for me to get my own place. Maybe this was long overdue, to be honest, although Mike is saying that he wants us to continue being roommates next year, so we're discussing this at the moment. It's not really a super dramatic update, but at least the leasing issue has been solved. I'm not being kicked out or leaving until our lease is done. April isn't coming over for the foreseeable future. Only issue right now is my relationship with Mike. It's very awkward in the apartment. You can tell something's changed. He's been trying to be friendly like we were before all of this, and he's apologized a lot, which I appreciate. But I'm finding it a bit difficult to move on and go back to normal. I'm not being a bitch or mean, just slightly distant. Anyway, that's the update. I really want to thank you all again for making me realize how serious this could be. I honestly had no idea that you couldn't just switch who was renting, which is so embarrassing. Also, to that one woman in my DMs and comments spam messaging me, you're insane. I don't know who hurt you, but get a life, please. This isn't even that serious. Comments. Chrisebe65. Mike needs to learn to drop anyone who tries to come between him and a healthy familial relationship. As a mom, I like you two being roommates because you're less likely to have trouble with aggressive men. I'm a girl mom and think of these things. For Mike, it's a great way to judge as the woman he is dating is psycho. Oop, honestly that was one of the main reasons why we moved in together when we started college. Mike and my family was worried about me having a place to myself, and Mike's parents wanted me to keep an eye on him. Roadkill for snacks. Did Mike break down and explain how he changed from seeing a future with her to wants to end the relationship? Understanding his reasoning process may help to rebuild trust and demonstrate maturing of Mike. Was it the tantrum? Damage to the friendship? Damage to the relationship with his parents and your parents? If he was older and wiser, I think, the insecurity of April, the inability to communicate, negotiate and resolve conflict would be relationship red flags. Oop, he said that it was the few days that I was gone and had him blocked. That it put into perspective how much he missed me and that he imagined the next 30 years of his life like this. I'm not entirely sure, even I was surprised by the switch up, because even I thought that there would be drama between us when I came back. Why Oop and Mike aren't together? Because me and Mike don't view each other like that, it's really just that simple. I see a lot of people asking the same thing. At the very least he's like a step sibling, at most a brother to me. Nothing has happened between either of us and it never will. It's so confusing why some people aren't getting that. No, as far as I know it hasn't, although there's only been 2 other relationships before April. They both ended on pretty good terms and none of them had issues with me. I can maybe see our relationship being taken the wrong way, as we are affectionate, but again, siblings, if I had a brother or sister it's the same type of affection I'd show them. Now on to the next story. Story 2. Girl asked me to spot her in gym but I said no because she was filming. Turns out she's been calling me her gym crush online for months and my wife found out. Hello, everyone. I, 41M, go to the gym early morning around 5:30 a.m. There are generally very few people that come to the gym at that time. There is a girl, early 20s, that also comes to the gym at the same time. We always say hello to each other and have a small talk between our sets. She comes in early because the gym is empty, and she likes to record herself working out as she wants to be a fitness influencer or something. She seems dedicated and we know each other for at least a year. Today morning, as I was working out, she came to me and asked for help. She was very excited and told me that she wanted to go for a PR on barbell squat. She asked me if I could spot her as she was not confident if she would be able to do it. I said okay, as this is not the most uncommon thing. For people who are unfamiliar, this is an exercise where you carry a barbell with weights on your back and perform a squat. The spotter has to stand behind the person and support the person in case they fail to get up. As she was getting ready, I saw her phone in the corner and asked her if I can be off camera or if she can stop recording. She said she really wanted to record herself doing it, and I will look good on camera. I told her that I really do not want to be on camera as my wife or coworkers may watch the video if she posts it online and may not look good for me. Another reason that I did not tell her was that she was wearing a very revealing outfit, small sports bra and tight shorts, and I really did not feel comfortable being recorded standing behind her. She promised me that she will record it for herself, and not post the video. However, I just did not want to be recorded. I told her that I really feel uncomfortable, and if she waits for 30 minutes, one of the trainers may be able to help her. She became really upset and asked me why I am making the situation weird. She accused me of sexualizing her. She asked me if she was a man, would I have done it? I felt she had a point as I have done it for other people. I told her that I would be okay doing it, but I just don't want to be recorded doing it. She again went on a rant about me body shaming her and me being uncomfortable with her perfectly fine outfit. I felt bad that I upset her as she was just trying to work out. I have also asked people to spot me in past, and people always helped. However, I just did not want to be recorded. Am I the odd to refuse to spot her because she was recording it? I don't want her to feel that it was because of her clothes, or because she is a girl. However, as a married man, I need to observe some boundaries and really don't want to be recorded in that way with a girl half my age. I am also worried that she recorded our whole conversation and may post it online. I do not know what I should do in this situation and I'm a bit worried. Update number 1, July 19, 2024. I had posted on a different forum 3 weeks ago, about me refusing to help a girl in the gym for spotting her barbell squat because she was recording us. I did not think it will blow up so much, that my wife got this story. What happened after was pretty unexpected and my life is a bit absurd right now. I was worried that she would post our conversation about me refusing her help online and show me as the bad guy. I told my wife about the conversation, and she said that she has seen posts where young girls do add nasty voiceovers and make men my age look like creeps for views. My wife told me that I should just complain to the gym management about her for recording me without my consent, just to get ahead of things. When I went to the gym next week, I saw her again. I tried to keep my distance, but she kept on smiling at me. As I finished my sets, she came to me and asked me if we could talk. She wanted to apologize for her behavior from the previous day and how it was wrong of her to assume that I would be okay with her recording me. It was a pleasant surprise, as I was not expecting that. I told her that it was okay, and I just don't like to be recorded in general. She followed me outside and continued the conversation. She asked me how long I've been working out and I could advise her on her form. I told her that there are some really good personal trainers in the gym I could recommend to her, but she told me that she is unemployed and cannot afford them. She told me she will buy me a coffee if I can give her some pointers. At this point, I felt I was just being rude and told her sure, and we went to a nearby coffee shop. Her name is Haley. She graduated last year, moved back to her mom's house and is looking for a job. She was very chubby last year and wants to look like the fitness models and is trying hard to get in shape. We had a nice conversation, and I was able to help her with some of her questions. She already knew my name and asked me if my wife would be okay if she follows me on Instagram. I told her that the main purpose of that account is for my wife to spy on my friends' lives, so I generally don't use it. She asked me if I use Snapchat and I had to remind her that I am twice her age. This is where it got crazy. When I came home, I told my wife about what happened. My wife loves her reels and wanted to see if she ever posted the video from previous week. I only knew that her first name was Haley and how she looked and told my wife about it. When I came back from work in the evening, my wife was already home and sitting on the sofa. She was grinning ear to ear and told me to immediately sit next to her. Apparently, this girl had been posing about me and calling me her gym crush for the last 2 months. My face is blurred out in all the videos. A lot of videos were her sitting in her car every morning and making up completely fictional romantic stories about our interactions. Each video had like 100 plus likes, which my wife says is not a lot, but feels like a lot. She had posted some videos of us just passing each other and smiling, or our conversation where I was telling her to stop recording, with voiceover about how I approached her in the gym and complimented her body. There was a video from that morning about her coming to me while I was packing up, with her saying how I asked her out for a coffee. She is just making up fictional romantic bullshit for getting likes, and people were commenting and cheering for her. There were also other videos of her working out and posing in the gym locker room. My wife was laughing uncontrollably about how big of a sucker I am and how I am internet famous now. I told her this needs to stop, but my wife insisted that she is too invested in the drama now and wants to see what happens next. She said that this girl is really young, and just trying to establish herself and get more followers. Plus, she has not done anything inappropriate and is not showing my face in the videos. My wife just wants me to play along and see what crazy Haley does next. So, for the last 2 weeks, I've been going to the gym, talking to her every day, and my wife keeps me updated on what story she came up with for the day. We go for a coffee every Wednesday and I am mentoring her about nutrition and what she should focus on, to the best of my abilities. It's all a game for my wife, and I do want Haley to succeed as long as she does not cross a line. However, the whole thing feels really crazy, and I am too old to deal with this shit. I am not sure how long I can keep up with the act. Her behavior seems innocent, but also, I am getting a bit uncomfortable with the whole thing now. Comments: did the girl know Oop is married? Oop, yes. She knows I am married. I wear my ring in the gym, and also I talk about my wife all the time to her. I also feel it's a bit weird for a 22-year-old person to make up stories. My wife feels she is just using me as an NPC in her fiction to gain more viewers and create drama. We discussed about it, and she told me about how some girls just make up stories about bad first dates as it gets them a lot of views. My wife feels it's weird, but I need to see the humor in this situation. At least it's entertaining and she wants to know where her story goes next. Update 2, July 31st, 2024. Hey, guys. I wrote a post days ago regarding a Haley, a girl at my gym, asking me to spot her and me refusing to do it because she was recording me. The post blew up and I wrote an update where I told my wife, and she found out that Haley was just making up fictional stories about me being her gym crush for likes. My wife loves her drama and asked me to continue as it is, as she found Haley's posts harmless and very amusing. Those posts blew up and the last week have been crazy. There were few people who did dramatic readings of my post last week, and millions of people saw it. One of them being my wife. I thought I was just venting here in anonymity about Haley and my wife. On Saturday morning, my wife came to me and asked me if I posted my story. I asked her how she knows, because she never uses it. She showed me some person doing a dramatic reading of the story. She was just giddy and asked me if it was really me posting the story. I told her yes, and she just lost it. She was just laughing at how I was being so dramatic talking about a very funny situation. Moreover, most of the commenters were cheering my wife, and I have never seen my wife being so happy since our wedding. We had a bunch of my friends invited for barbecue party that evening, and my wife was also telling me about my post and showing them. Everyone was making fun of Haley's posts and teasing me. My friends even enacted what spotting a barbell squat looks like for their wives, and what happens when the person squatting fails. I really started feeling bad for Haley, as everyone was just making fun of her and her videos. I felt that we had taken things too far, and she did not deserve this kind of ridicule. I told my wife that night that I'm going to tell Haley that we know about her videos the next time we meet, as I feel we are just being mean to her at this point. My wife again started grinning and showed me the comments. Apparently, a lot of people had already started snooping and found a bunch of Haley's posting about their gym crush, and my Haley was one of them. Haley had not responded to any of the comments but had promptly deleted all her recent videos. I was horrified as a lot of people were accusing her of being a home wrecker and to stay away from married men. I felt so embarrassed that I just felt like I wanted to bury my face and disappear. All I wanted was quick feedback on here and never meant for all this to happen. As days went on, more and more people viewed the video, and Haley was still getting a lot of comments. My wife told me last night that almost 5 million people saw those videos. I really did not want to face Haley anymore and could not get myself to go to the gym for the last 2 days. Yesterday evening, Haley messaged me and asked me if I still plan to have coffee with her today, and my wife told me to just talk to her as she also might be feeling bad. My wife felt Haley was just doing childish things because she is a child, and I should apologize to her for causing her all the stress. I went to the gym today, and to say that things were awkward between us at the start was an understatement. After my workout was done, Haley and I walked to a coffee shop nearby and had a chat. Before I could apologize to her, she started profusely apologizing to me for posting inappropriate posts about me. She said that she was just having fun, and it was like a joke between all her friends. She told me that only her friends and family follow her, and she was just making up fun stories to entertain them. She didn't mean for it to blow up and for so many people to see them. She told me that she woke up this weekend and suddenly her had hundreds of views, likes and messages. She was confused and checked, and everyone was commenting on her videos calling her a home wrecker and crazy Haley. She realized that I had posted a story because of some comments, and immediately felt embarrassed because she learned that my wife and I knew about her posting stuff about me. She deleted all her recent videos, but people seemed to be still finding her somehow and messaging her on her older posts. Also, her friend's message saw what was happening, and she had to explain to her mom that she was not dating a married man. I also apologized to her and told her I did not know that posts blow and was just worried I offended her when I did not spot her the other day. She was surprised that I did not know that, as it seems to be fairly common. I told her that my wife found her content funny, and so she asked me not to tell her. My wife felt she was talented and working so hard on her fitness to be an influencer. At the end, we just laughed about the situation. She told me that she always wanted to know how it would be to be internet famous and enjoyed her 15 minutes of fame. Seems that things are back to normal, and she has promised she will find another gym crush and we will continue being friends. Finally, I just wanted to ask everyone to not go and find Haley and let her be. Please do not harass any Haleys on the internet because of me. I am not going to disclose who the real one, so just stop harassing all Haleys. They are not home wreckers, and just young kids.